You have three boxes that are all labeled incorrectly. You have a box that is labeled as apples, you have a box that is labeled as oranges, and you have a box that is labeled as apples and oranges. You asked me to take out a sample of fruit from any of the boxes you may wish. So what is the minimum amount of samples you need to see in order to correct the labels? So before you pause the video and try to solve it, if you want to solve it, let me first of all explain it a bit more. You have basically three boxes. Basically, I have three boxes and you were supposed to solve it out. So you just asked me that, okay, Zalal, I want to see what's inside this box. I want a sample from this box. And I just say, okay, I'll open it up for you and take out a sample. Whatever the fruit is present inside this box, I'll just take it out and show you a sample. And you just say, okay, I got to know what inside this box. Now I want a sample from this box maybe. And then I just open it up for you and take out a sample and show it to you. And you know that, okay, this fruit is inside this box and that, and whatever you want to do, whatever samples you want, I'll just provide you with them. But what is the minimum amount of samples you need from any of the boxes you want so that you can actually correct the labels? So now you can actually pause the video and try to solve it out if you wish to. And when you're done, you can come back to see the solution. So I assume you actually tried to solve it. Now, the first step in this problem, in this logic problem, that you must do is, first of all, just write all the information down in a form of a table. So I'll just make 3 columns here. Sometimes you need to depict the problem in a diagrammatic way, sometimes in tables form. It's up to you, but in this problem it is more convenient if you just make out a table. So here you can write as apples, oranges, and well, you can write both here. Instead of writing apples and oranges, I'm just using the notation both, right? So these are labels, and here I'm just going to write down the possible outcome. So possibilities. Did I write the spellings right? Yes, I guess I did. Anyways, so apples, oranges, and both. So these are the labels, and now I'm just going to write down the possibilities. So what are the possibilities? Here, in the box that has the label apples, well, this piece of information is really handy. You need to keep that in mind all the time, that they're all labeled incorrectly. So the box that is labeled apples must not contain apples. So the only thing it can contain is oranges. Okay, I must use a different color, I believe. Black would do. Oranges. Oranges. Or it can contain both, because it did not say, the label did not say both. The label did not say apples and oranges. It just said apples. So it is wrongly placed. It could have been apples and oranges, so we are considering the possibility of both the fruits present in the box. Well, the box that contains the label oranges must not contain the fruit that is only oranges. It must contain either both or apples, right? I hope it's making sense to you. Apples or both. And the box that has the labels apples and oranges must not contain apples and oranges. It can either contain only apples or only oranges, not both. Oranges. Right. Okay. So these are the possibilities now. Well, if you just observe the table, you just see that the box that has the label both, right? If you just take a sample from this box, you'll just be able to figure out the correct labels for all the boxes. Like, it works this way. For example, you just asked me to take out a sample from this box, and it comes out to be an apple. In first possibility or possible scenario, we're considering apple to be coming out of the box, right? So, for example, it was an apple, right? Apple. Then you just know that, okay, the box that contains the label apples and oranges actually contains apples. So it actually contains apples, not the oranges. So if it contains apples, the box that has the label oranges could have contained apples or it could have contained both apples and oranges. However, this box already contains only apples, so this cannot contain apples, so you just kick out that possibility. So it must mean that it contains both of these fruits. The box that has the label oranges must contain apples and oranges. So if this box contains apples and oranges, then this box cannot contain apples and oranges, so this possibility is cancelled out. So the box that is labeled as apples must contain oranges, right? So this is how, if apples come out to be in this box, you'll be able to figure out what's inside the boxes that have the labels oranges and apples. So if apples do not come out of the box that has labeled apples and oranges, if for example oranges had come out, then you'd know that it would be, you know, the inverse of what I just told you. If it was oranges, then you know that the box that contains the label apples cannot contain oranges, because oranges are in this box, so it must be both. In this case, this would be the correct option, and if this contains both, then this cannot be both, and this has to be apples. So this would be inverse of what it actually is in case of apples. So I hope it makes sense to you. It is very interesting if you just take a deep if you just analyze this puzzle deeply, you just find it very interesting. If it did not make sense to you, try it yourself. It will definitely make sense. It is a very interesting logic puzzles, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be coming up with more logic puzzles in future, and thank you for watching.